Hello, good evening students. Welcome to Aptitude Repair Shala. So today we are starting our one block. That block is actually percentage, okay? And I would not say that is percentage, that block is based on percentage. So look, what are the things we will be completing in this block. So this one is the first topic of that block. Okay. So this block is, I would say this block contains what are the topics? I would say first topic, second one, third one and fourth one. First topic will be anyway percentage, second will be profit and loss, third will be SI and CI. All these topics are based on the concepts of percentage only. So if you are well aware about the concepts of percentage, all these topics will be cakewalk. Especially CI. CI will be cakewalk. Generally, it is a nightmare for the students who are not well versed in the concept. So believe me, if you are aware about the percentage concept, when I'm teaching you CI, there will be nothing new to teach you, okay? Because nothing is there in CI if you understand the percentage very well. That one part is there, that is called successive increment or reduction, okay? So we'll be starting today's topic. So percentage, okay? So now whenever you think about percentage, what do you think actually? I know, like, you'll be thinking about this thing only. Suppose 25% of, suppose 75 is what, or 76 is what, like that you think. So generally you do is 76 into 25 divided by 100, and that's how you solve it, right? Like something is like, if it's given something like x is x percent of y, you'll be simply writing xy by 100, and that's how we are doing without understanding the percentage value. You should first know that what do you mean by percent. So actually this is percent, or you can say cent value is what, 100, so it is per 100. That why we need percentage, first you should know this thing. If you know the history of percentage, like why we invented this topic, then maybe it will be little easier for you to understand the thing. So for that, I would say, suppose I'll just give you example. Suppose there's one student of CBSE board and there's one student of some state board, right? Okay, I'm sorry if I'm a bad handwriting, it's really bad. Okay, so what you can say, suppose this CBSE student scored somewhere around 800 marks, right? And this state board student scored maybe, I would say, 1000 marks, right? Now what would you say if I ask who scored better marks? Who scored better marks? What would you say? Would you say state board student scored better marks, or CBSE? What you can say? Can't say anything now. Why he cannot say? Because he might have scored, this CBSE person might have scored 800 out of 800, right? So he can say this, he scored 100%. Practically it is not possible, but nowadays 99.9 is also a trend. Okay, so I'm telling, he might have scored 800 out of 800, but this person might have scored out of 1200. So who would be scoring more? Obviously this guy. Yes or no? Who will be scoring more? This guy, right? What is this value? This one is 83.33%. Who scored more value? You can say you actually this CBSE student scored more value. But what we did actually, we changed to percentage, right? What we actually did, actually we did something like this, if you remember. Actually what we do, like whenever you find the percentage, something like if I say that what is 23 out of 46, or what percentage is 23 out of 46. So what actually you do, 23 divided by 46 into 100, and then you can say it is 50%. It is 50% of 46. You can say 23 is 50% of 46. Or you can say, whenever it is asked like what is x out of y, right? When what is x out of y, what you'll be saying, x out of y. Or you can say out of 1 how much it is, you can say x by y. So out of 100 how much it is, you can say x by y into 100. Whenever you change, now here your base was y, right? You're changing this base to 100, and that's what you're doing, a base change, and you're bringing both the students, CBSE or state board students, at the same base. Means there also base is 100, you can say this one is 100 percentage, and here also base is 100, 83.33. Now you can compare, you can say out of 100 he scored perfect 100, and out of 100 he scored only 83.33 marks. Now you can say that this person, the person CBSE student, this student has scored better marks. Previously you cannot say, until you don't know, until you know the total marks, you cannot compare, and that is where we needed percentage. Another example if I give you, if I say that in a class there are 20 students, in a class there are 20 students, and out of that 5 students are girls. Find the girls percentage. Find the girls percentage. I know what you will be doing, you will be simply writing 5 by 20 into 100, and that's where you will be getting the answer as 25%. But understand, it is like 5 girls out of 20. What they are asking? Girl percent, girl per 100. Means if students are 100, how many girls are there? You can say if students are 25 girls, so make it 100 into 5 into 5. What you can say? This is 25 by 100. What you can say? This is 25%. If you understand this basic concept of percentage will be cakewalk. Believe me, actually percentage topic can be solved by 2 methods. Okay, one method is actually called a ratio method, that normally in SSC and bank coaching they will be teaching this only, and second method is called percentage method. Okay, I would say at some places percentage method is good, at some places ratio method is good. So we will be studying both, and let's see which method can be more beneficial for us to save the time. Okay, I think I hope like this is clear. Okay, like the definition of percentage. Now what is actually percentage? Now this percentage actually is very useful in our day-to-day life also. Now IPL is going on, right? If IPL is going on, now suppose I'm just giving you a condition, something like I'm not I don't intend to hurt anyone's feeling, I'm just taking our player's name, right? Okay, or anyway I will not take player name. I'll say this is team A and this is team B, right? Team A has scored 173 runs and team B in 20 overs, right? In 20 overs. And now what is the current state of team B is that it has made 150 runs in 19 overs, and 150 runs, and how many wickets are over? 5 wickets are over, right? In 19 overs. Now 2 batsmen are there. Okay, there are choices like 2 batsmen are there who are playing. I would say batsman P and batsman Q. Okay, P and Q. Its strike rate I'm talking about. Its strike rate is given as 104, and this one strike rate is given as something like 200, something like Andrew Russell, Kiran Pollard, or Hardik Pandya. They'll be. So which one? If you follow IPL, which now this last over, which player do you want to open with and finish off in such a way that team B wins? You will simply say, sir, Q should be there on strike and he should only play all the balls. Why? Cause if you know what is strike rate is when he is playing 104 when he is playing 100 balls, he is making 104 runs, and this person is making, when he is playing 100 balls, he is making 200 runs. Means who is more attacking, who will be making more runs? Q will be making more runs, and then you can say that Q should open and he should actually play all the balls and let the team B win. Okay, that's what is the basic. You never know what is the use of percentage, but in your subconscious mind you actually use this. In your subconscious mind you actually use this, and then you say, okay, this is one example. Okay, just I have given you one example. Another example could be, I can say that it could be something like if you're working somewhere, right? you're working somewhere, you're doing some job, okay, and year end just now over, and your boss told you that you got 5% increment, right? 5% increment. And you also got to know that your friend actually or colleague, he got 10% increment. Now what you can say from here, suppose you had salary 100 rupees, now you'll be getting 105, and this person will be getting 110, right? That's what the increase per 100. Actually your salary is not 100 rupees, okay, but you have made a base of 100, and then you can say out of every 100, suppose your salary was 20,000, right? How many hundreds will be available in 20,000? You can say 200 hundreds will be available. So out of every 100 you are getting 5 increment. Out of every 100 you are getting 5 increment. So how much increment actually you will be getting? You will be getting 200 into 5, that is 1000 rupees you will be getting as a increment, right? This is what they mean, okay. Now if you like, now you would have got the basic idea of percentage. I'll give you a better example, with that you can understand in second. Now let's think about our school days, right? Our school days, what used to happen? If you remember the Sarmaji Ka Ladka and all, right? So you'll be scoring some marks, right? You'll be scoring some marks, and people will be asking you how much marks you scored. You'll be saying, I would say that you scored 80%, or maybe Sarmaji Ka Ladka, he scored something around 90%, right? Do you think that you would have scored 80% in 80 marks in all the subjects? No, right? There might be some subjects whose total marks is 200. There might be some subject whose total marks is 100. But anyhow, you converted out of 100 and out of 100, and then you are getting this 80%. It means what? On an average, you are having 80 marks in all the subjects when all the subjects have total marks as 100. Okay, this is called the roster system also, okay. So but we'll not get into roster system as of now. You understand, like, what is this 80%? 80% means out of 100 you are scoring 80, okay. I hope this is enough intro for percentage, right? I think it is. Now what is the use of percentage? Percentage is not only used in the questions, okay. You should never think that we'll be getting a percentage question and then you will be solving it. There are lots of uses of percentage. If I tell you the uses of percentage, how you can use the percentage in calculation, okay. See this use, I would say that first use you can do in calculation, okay. You can utilize it in calculation. So how? First we'll see in multiplication. How can you, suppose a number is given something like 63 into 72. You can actually write this number as 62.5 plus 0.5 into 72, right? Now you know that 62.5%, if you don't know, anyway I'll tell you, okay, that thing is coming on the way. The 62.5 value is 5 by 8, right? 62.5% is 5 by 8, so you can say 62.5 value will be 62% means 62 by 100, so it will be making it 62.5 is 500 by 8. If you don't believe, we can divide and get the answer. This you'll be getting 62.5 only. Write it here, 500 divided by 8 plus 0.5 into 72. So with this 8 nines are, this is 4,500 and this one is 36. And this will be 4536. Now you can say you have solved this question based on percentage. Otherwise, if you have to multiply, anyway this is going to take more time than this one. Now I have written these steps. Once you are clear with the percentage ideas, you will not be writing most of the steps. Directly you will be multiplying and getting the answer. Okay, this is one example. Suppose I give you another example, something like this, 76 into 24. So what you can say about 76 into 24? You can say, you can write this value as 75 plus 1 into 24. 75% value is 3 by 4. 75% value is 3 by 4. So 75 value will be 300 by 4. Write it here. 300 by 4 plus 1 into 24. What you can say? 4 6 are, so 1800. And then this 24. So what you can say? 1824. You can say, right? It has become very easy. You can Anyway, we are not using percentage, but we are using the values of percentages, and that I'll tell you how you can convert the percentage value to fraction value to percentage value. Okay, that is very important, and this is one of the use of percentage that no one tells you, how you can utilize it. Okay, another use you can do, the beautiful, actually I would say that is the most beautiful use of percentage, that is your division, right? I would say your division case. Okay, how you can utilize in division? Suppose it is given something like this, 243 divided by 50, and you have to find the answer, right? So what you'll be doing, the normal person will be, a normal student will be doing something like 224.3 divided by 5, 5 4s are, 5 9s are, 5 6 are, 4.96, like that you'll be doing. But there's better way of doing it. What you can say, actually in any division, I'll say in any division there are numerator and then there are denominator. Okay, numerator and denominator. What is in division? It might be very easy, it might be very difficult. Based on what? Based on, I would say, based on the level of denominator. If your denominator is easy value, the division will be cakewalk. But if your denominator is difficult value, it will be a very difficult, very tough problem. So suppose I give you, okay, this is like same value I'll take 243 divided by 2. Easy one. Why? Because denominator is just 2. We can simply write 12.15, right? No issue in that. Okay, 243 121.5. okay, very easy, no issue in that. But if I say you that 243 divided by 343, now it is difficult. Yes or no? It has become difficult. Why? Because you have changed the denominator. Denominator is only creating issue. Somehow if you are able to solve the problem, solve the problem of this devil, you are somehow able to remove this devil, your question will become easy. Okay, so how you can do that? Okay, now let's see about this question first, and then we'll be moving further. What I can say, this 243 by 50, I can write this value is 243 by 50 into 2 into 2. This became 100, and this value is become as 496 by 100, or you can say 4.96. How much time it took? No time. The multiplying with 2 and divide by 2 will not take much time, and easily you have solved the question without dividing by 5 and all. Okay, another example, if I give you example something like 243 divided by 25. Same thing you can do, multiply with 4 and then here 4. So what you can say, that 24, this will become 100, right? And then this will become 960 plus 12. How much? 972 by 100, that is 9.72. Were you this much fast before? No. How you are able to do it? If you know the basic concept of percentage. What is percentage? You are making per 100, and if you are dividing something by 10, 100, 1000, it's very easy, because you don't have to do anything. You have to just cancel the zeros and then put the point numerator. Okay, I hope this thing is clear now, right? I don't have I think you don't have any issue in understanding the percentage. This is one of the use. Okay, so you can say if anything is now anything is coming in denominator, this is numerator by denominator, and if denominator is something like 25, 50 and 75, easily you can solve those fractions and get the answer. No, there's one thing that you should be very careful of solving, that is, suppose 34 is given, 34 divided by 75. Okay, how to solve this one? If I tell you like what is 35 out of what percentage is 34 out of 75, what most of the people will be doing. I know what they'll be doing, 34 by 75 into 100, and then they will keep on. Some people are they are like this also, 3400 75 ones are, 75 twos are, and all that. They'll be doing something subtracting, and will be wasting a lot of time. those people are not there. Those people won't, maybe if they are able to clear pre, those people will not be able to clear mains, because competition is so stiff. Just now I would have seen the a cutoff of steno. It is for general category, it is 138. People are just waiting for the exam to happen. When exam happens, they are ready with the, maybe you have completed the syllabus now, but they have completed 4 books, 5 books. They have done hundreds of mocks, test book, KD Campus, Paramount, whatever mocks are available in the market, they have already done that. So you have to learn some basic, some tricks. I would not say this is tricks. The basic concept, if you learn, then maybe your calculation will be super easy. Okay. Now think about this. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you something that is a part of actually your ratio and proportion. Okay. So understand. Suppose P by Q, any fraction is given, and you add or subtract any constant value here, then this value will not be equal to P by Q. If I give you example, maybe this by variable you will not be able to understand. I'll give you, suppose P by Q was 1 by 2, right? So 1 by 2 is 50%, right? What I can do, if I add 1 here and 1 here, what it will become? It will become 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is 66.67%. Whether 50% and 66.67% is same? No. Means if you add or subtract any number from a given fraction, then you will not be getting the same fraction, right? It will be changed. But there is a catch. Suppose the same number is given and you are adding something like x and y. And adding or subtracting, both are fine, okay? Then it will be P by Q when x by y equal to P by Q. See the example? This example also you see. This was 1 by 2. X by y value is 1 by 2. What I'm doing, I'm just adding 4 and 8. Now this will become 5 by 10. 5 by 10 is also 1 by 2, right? This is also 1 by 2 and this is also 1 by 2, means no issues. How this thing happened? Cause 4 by 8 is also 1 by 2. That's why you are getting this thing. Now yes, what I can say is, if you are adding a number or subtracting a number in the same proportion, then your your ratio will not change. Sometimes in the class I tell by this also. Suppose some people don't understand this method, what they with them, what I'll be saying. Suppose you have wine and water, right, at some ratio, right? What you do, if you take some part of it out, right, if you're taking some part of it out, whether the concentration of this thing will go out, will be changed? No, right? No, it will not be changed. It will be same. Suppose concentration is something like person who's too much drunkard, so you can 3:1. Okay, generally it should be something like 1:3. Okay, so 3:1. If you're taking some part out, again what part you are taking, that also will be having containing wine and water in the ratio 3:1, and what is remaining also will be in the 3:1. Same thing with 1:3, right? But if you, now this is the case which I'm talking about, this one, right? This is that case. This is that case. I would say this one is this case, that you are actually adding. You add also same concentration things you add, there will be no issue. You subtract, means you take the solution out also, there will be no issues. Now I'm talking about this case. If I'm talking about this case is something like you have wine and water and you add some water. When you add some water, what will happen? Obviously concentration will be changed, wine ratio, water will be changed. Or if you add some wine also, wine and water ratio will be changed. That's what, if you want to understand by this method, that is fine. If you want to understand by this method, that is also fine. Some people might be having issues with this method. That's why I have told that also. Okay. So this is one thing. Now this one is the ratio. Now how we can utilize this thing in our calculation of 34 by 75. Now what I can say is 34 by 75. Somehow if I solve the problem of 75, if I make it easier value, then I can say this will be easy. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to add 25 in it, and 25 is 1/3 of 75. So here also you have to add the 1/3 of it. So 1/3 of this value will be 13.33, right? 13.33. So what you can say, this value will become 100, right? And this value will become 47.33, or what you can say, this value is 4.4733 or 47.33%. In terms of percentage, it is 47.33%. In terms of fraction, it is 0.4733. Was it difficult? No. SSC asks these type of questions. They'll be asking something like this. They'll be giving you values like 26.67 divided by 75, or they will not directly ask you, it will be, you know, by product of some question, and you cannot afford to spend more than 4-5 seconds to solve this. If you divide, like if you do by 26.7 and 7.5, it will be taking a lot of time. Okay, so what actually you can, and before that, you know, I just forgot to tell you one thing. Anyway, you can approximate the answer. That is the first thing you should do. Okay, approximating the answer should be the first thing you should actually go for. That is 34 by 75. If it is 34 by 68, right, then you can say this value is 50%. Now this 68 is 75. More denominator means less fraction, means whatever this 34 by 75 is there, this will be less than 50%. One thing to, you know, notice here, it will be less than 50% or it will be less than 0.5. Okay, now another one, 26.75. okay, 26.75. how you can solve this? Same thing you'll be doing. You'll be adding 75 plus 25, 1/3 of it. So here also 1/3 you have to add. 26.67, 1/3 is 3 8s are, and then 3 8s are, and then 3 9s are, 8.89. okay, so what you can say, this is 35.56 500, or you can say 0.3556, or you can say 35.56%. was it difficult? No. What you need to do is you need to practice in such a way that, you know, these things should become easy. Okay, now what I told you is just, I have not started the percentage. I've just given you the information, the introduction about percentage, how you can utilize it. Okay, now the thing starts. Okay, now if I say that you have 96 rupees, right, and this one you have to distribute to A, B and C. Okay, so what you can say, if A you are giving 33 1/3%, and this one you are giving 37.5%, how much C will be receiving? Now one thing is very sure, that you must know the values of the, you know, the percentage to fraction conversion, because you cannot afford to go by this way, that 96 into 33 1/3 by 100. you cannot afford to, you know, do the calculation by this way. It will take a lot of time. Another way, if you know that 33 1/3% is 1/3, means this is 3 2. This value 37.5% is 3/8, means this is 36. So this total value will be how much? You can say this is 68. So 68, 96. What is remaining? 28. Right? So how much C will be getting? 28. What we can learn from this is that you should know percentage to fraction and fraction to percentage. Very, very important. Okay, you should always know the fraction to percentage value and percentage to fraction value. Okay, now we'll be seeing fraction to percentage. Fraction to percentage. Okay, now fraction to percentage, you know, so what table I'm going to tell you, don't be afraid of it. Believe me, I'll make sure that you remember each and every value without putting a lot of efforts. Okay, so fraction to percentage value. Okay, so first thing we'll talk about 100%. What is 100%? So we can say 100%, 100 per 100. 100 per 100 is 100 by 100, that is 1, right? If I talk about 200%, 200% will be 2. 400%, it will be 4. If I tell 1900%, it will be 19. It will be, if I say that 4,000%, you can say it will be 40. Okay, so this is clear, right? Now you should be always sure that, you know, whenever they are saying that 200%, what they do, what do they mean in fraction term? It is 2. 400% is 4. Okay, now I hope this is clear, right? So now what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to write some basic fractions here, and when I'm writing here and you're watching this video, so you can also write the, you know, percentage equivalent of these fractions. So 1/2, 1/3, right, 1/4, 1/5, okay, 1/6, okay, 1/7, 1/8, 1/9, 1/10, 1/11, okay, 1/11, 1/12, 1/13, 1/14, 1/15. Now 1 by 16, 1 by 17, 1 by 18, 1 by 19, 1 by 20, 1 by 20. After 20, 22 is also not important, 24 is important. After 25, and then 1 by 30, and 1 by 40, 1 by 50. So these fraction equivalent you have to tell. Now fraction equivalent also you should, what I told you in starting, that we will be solving the percentage questions by both approaches, ratio methods and ratio approach and percentage approach. So you should know, suppose this is given, suppose this 1 by 6, I'm just telling you one value, 1 by 6 value is 16 2 by 3 percentage. You must also know that this is 16.67 percentage. You should know both the values. That will be actually helpful in solving the question in the given time, right? So write what are the values you know. I'm also writing without saying anything here. Okay, so this one is 50 percentage, and everyone knows that. This one is 33 1 by 3 percentage. Now this one is 25 percentage. Now this value is 20 percentage. Now if you look properly, I can solve the question here itself. Now how these values are coming, if you look properly, you can actually get to know. Okay, this is 14 2 by 7 percentage, or you can say this is 14.28 percentage. 1 by 8 is 12 1 by 2 percentage, or you can say 12.5 percentage. 1 by 9 value is, wherever 1 by 9, so write 1 by 9 and then 11, this is percentage, or you can say 11.11 percentage. Now 1 by 10, everyone knows, 10 percentage. Okay, 1 by 11, again 1 by 11 means 1 by 11 and here 9. Okay. 1 by 11 I have written 2 times. Okay, leave it. Okay, 1 by 12, what you can say about 1 by 12, this value. Okay, now you should know that how you can get the 1 by 12. Sometimes if you know that how this 1 by 12 came, you can easily solve the question. So I'm just writing above. 1 by 4 value was 25 percentage. How you can get 1 by 12 if you multiply with 1 by 3? So it will become 1 by 12 and this will become 25 by 3. Or can you say this is 6, this is 8 1 by 3? Yes or no? This is 8 1 by 3 percentage, or you can say 8.33 percentage. 1 by 13, what is 1 by 13 value? What you can say about 1 by 13 value? Not that much important, but you should know. Sometimes this will be crucial if you know these values. So this value, okay, 7 and 13, anyway prime, 13 7s are 91 and this is 9, so this is 7 9 by 13, or you can say 7.69 percentage. 1 by 14, how you can get 1 by 14? 1 by 7 was there, this was 14 2 by 7 percentage. When you are writing 14 2 by 7, this is also 14 plus 2 by 7, right? So 1 by 14, how you can get? If you multiply, if you multiply with 1 by 2, if you multiply with 1 by 2, what you will be getting? 1 by 14 is 7 plus 1 by 7, or you can say 7 1 by 7 percentage, or what you can say in decimal term. In decimal term, you can say this value is 7.14 percentage, right? 1 by 15, 1 by 15, what you can say? This value 16 2 by 3, if you remove 1, it will become a 1 by 15 value, 6 2 by 3 percentage value, or that is 6.67 percentage. Okay. 1 by 16, same way, 1 by 4 is given, you multiply with 4, so this will become 6.25 percentage, or 6 1 by 4 percentage is 6.25 percentage. 1 by 17, 1 by 17 value is 5.15 by 17 percentage, or you can say 5. What is this 1 by 17 value? 5.88 percentage. Now 1 by 18 value, 1 by 18 value is, what you can say about 1 by 18 value? It is 5 by 9 percentage, or you can say 5.56 percentage. 1 by 19 value, again 5 by 19 percentage. Here 5 by 19, 9 is there, you just remove 1, it will become 1 by 19 value, or you can say this is 5.26 percentage. 1 by 20, anyway it is 5 percentage. 1 by 24, 1 by 24, what you can do? 1 by 12 value was given, just divide by 2. So if you divide 1 by 24, then you will be getting 4 1 by 6 percentage, 4 1 by 6 percentage, and 4.1 16 percentage. Okay, so this is you can get 1 by 25, that is 4 percentage. This is 1 by 30 value, 1 by 30 value 3.33 percentage, 1 by 40 value 2.5 percentage, 1 by 50 value 5 percentage, right? So I hope this one is clear. This is just a basic, right? How you can remember now, I'll tell you. Okay, so whatever I'm going to, you can note down this thing, pause the video, understand what the things are there. Now I'm going to tell you by like how you can remember these fractions. Okay, now one thing I'll tell you that okay, suppose you're not sure that what is 1 by 19 or what is 1 by 17 or what is 1 by 13. Okay, so what actually you can, like, how you can remember? I would say first remember 1 by 6, this is 16, 2 by 3. If you remove 1, it will become 1 by 6 and 1 by 15 are actually related one. Yes or no? If you remove just 1, it is related one. Okay, so that you can understand. Okay, now next you can say 1 by 9. So they 1 by 9 and 1 by 11, they are just vice versa. 1 by 9, 1 by 9 here 11, and 1 by 11, so 1 by 11 here, 9 here. So these two you can remember, right? Somehow 1 by 4 value. With 1 by 4 value, what are the values you can remember? 1 by 8 you can remember, and 1 by 12 you can remember, 1 by 16 you can remember, 1 by 24 you can remember, 1 by anything is remaining? No. 1 by 40 also you can remember. Okay, these values you can remember just if you know 1 by 4 value is 25. Anyway, these values it will be on your fingertips once you start solving the questions. Okay, I'm just telling you how you can remember. Okay, now generally students, what doubt they ask me, sir, sometimes like suppose this 1 by 14, I'm just talking about this 1 by 14 is given. I'm not sure whether this was 7 1 by 7 or 7 2 by 7, how to remember that. Okay, so I'll tell you. So whenever these type of questions are given, what you do is 7 1 by 7, write it in a proper fraction. Okay, so this one you can say this will be 50 by 7. Whenever you are writing in this p by q form or numerator by denominator form, what you have to do from here is you have to make a numerator 100. So make it so into 2 into 2. After that, whatever has come, cancel it. What is remaining is your answer, 1 by 14. You want to check for other questions? Okay, check for 1 by 12. 1 by 12 is 8 1 by 3. So you can say this is 25 by 3, make it 100 into 4, cancel it, and then it is 1 by 12. Any other value? Okay, we'll check about 1 by 18, 5 by 19. So you can say this is 50 by 9. 50 by 9 means into 2. What you are getting? 100 now, cancel. So this is 1 by 18. Or you want to check for something else? So check for this 16. So this is 50 by 3 into 2. How much you are getting? 1 by 6 after cancelling. Why we are cancelling this? Simple. It's very simple. When you are talking about 16 2 by 3 percentage, means this per 100. Per 100 means it will be 100 here, 100 cancel. That's why we are cancelling. And that's how you can remember the values. But this is just a basic one. You should know little advanced values also that are actually used in our questions. Okay. So I'll just tell you some basic values. So anyway 1 by 2, that is 50 percentage, done. 1 by 3 you can say 33. Now I'm just going by a fractional approach. Okay, anyway you'll be knowing in the percentage approach also. I'm just telling you a fractional approach. 33 1 by 3 percentage. Okay, 2 by 3, if I talk about 2 by 3 value will be 66 2 by 3 percentage. Okay, now one more 1 by 4, that value is how much? 25 percentage. Now if I talk about 2 by 4, already covered 1 by 2. 3 by 4 value will be 75 percentage. Okay, next 1 by 5, 20 percentage. 2 by 5, 40 percentage. 3 by 5, that is 60 percentage. Okay, now 3 by 5 is over. Now we'll be starting with 4 by 5. 4 by 5 is 80 percentage. 5 by 5 is again 100 percentage. Okay, now when you are starting 1 by 6, so two important things are there. 1 by 6 value is 16 2 by 3 percentage, and then 2 by 6 means 1 by 3 already done. 4 by 6 2 by 3 already done. 5 by 6, so 5 by 6, what you can say? 5 by 6 means 16 2 by 3 percentage into 5. Can you say this will be 80 and 10 by 3 percentage. But whenever this thing is written like A B by C percentage, this B should be always less than C, right? This B should be always less than C. So what you can say, this is not less than C, so what you can write this as 83, and this value you can write as 3 1 by 3 percentage, or you can say this is 80, sorry, this is 80, so 83 1 by 3 percentage. Okay, this is called okay, I'll give you a basic example of basic idea about fractions. You should know this thing is actually important. So how many types of fractions are given? So I would say first will be proper fraction, second will be improper fraction, and third will be mixed fraction. Okay, so this one is actually mixed type. See the example, suppose this numerator and denominator is given, numerator and denominator, and this will be something like A B by C. So A B by C means B should be less than C, that is condition. Here condition is your numerator is actually greater than denominator, and here condition is numerator is less than denominator. I'll give you the example also. Suppose this one, the examples are 2 by 3, 4 by 5, 6 by 7. These are examples. Here it is like 17 by 3, 15 by 4, and here example is something like 2 3 by 7. Okay, these are the examples. So 1 by 6, 5 by 6. Okay, these things are over. Okay, now same way you can say 1 by 7 value. 1 by 7 value is 14, 2 by 7 percentage. 2 by 7 value you can say that is 7, 1 by 7 percentage, and these two values are actually important. Other than that, no values are important. Now this one is over. Now 1 by 8 value. 1 by 8 value is, what is 1 by 8 value? 12.5 percentage. 1 by 8, 2 by 8 already done. 3 by 8, 3 by 8, or this is 12, 1 by 2 percentage. 3 by 8 means 36, 3 by 2 percentage, or you can write 37, 1 by 2 percentage. Very, very important. Anyway, at the last I'll be telling you about important also. 5 by 8, directly I'm writing the values now. That is 62, 1 by 2 percentage, or you can say 62.5 percentage. Okay, so these are the values. Okay, now these values are very important. Now check this value, 1 by 12 value. 1 by 12, what is 1 by 12 value? 1 by 12 value is 8, 1 by 3 percentage, and then next important value will be 7 by 12, and then it will be 11 by 12, and so what you can say about 7 by 12? Multiply. So 7 8 is 56, and then 7 by 3 percentage. What you can say about this? 7 by 3 is 2, 1 by 3, so you can say 58, 1 by 3 percentage. Okay, 11 by 12. Okay, it is always better that 11 by 12 you solve like 1 minus 1 by 12. You know what is the value of 1 in terms of percentage? It is 100 percentage, and minus 1 by 12 value is 12.5 percentage. Sorry, not 12.5 percentage, 1 by 8 value, that is. So it is 8.33 percentage. So what value it will become? It will become 91.67 percentage. I hope this is clear till now. Okay, now this is about changing the percentage value to fraction value. Now what I'm going to write is, I'm going to write some important fractions and their values. Okay, so that I'm writing in red pen. Okay, so one thing is very important, that is 3 by 8. That value is, I'm just telling you, this is 37 1 by 2 percentage, or 37 1 by 37.5 percentage, or 5 by 8, that is 62 1 by 2 percentage, or 62.5 percentage. Now another one is 1 by 7, 2 by 7, 4 by 7 is very important. 57 1 by 7 percentage, or you can say 57.14 percentage. Okay, now 4 by 7 done. Now 5 by 7, right? What is 5 by 7 value? So 5 by 7, what you can do if you want to find? So you should know that 1 by 7 value was 14, 2 by 7. You have to multiply with 5. So you can say this will become 70, and this will become 10 by 7. Or you can say this will become 71, 3 by 7. 71, 3 by 7 percentage. Or you can say 71.42 percentage, right? Now 5 by 7 is done. Now uh, 7 by 8 value if you want to remember. If you want to remember 7 by 8 value, this will be 87.5%. Okay, now another value could be 5 by 7, 4 by 7, 5 by 8. Okay, now another value could be your 1 by 12 value. This is important value. 7 by 12 value, 11 by 12 value. Okay, next important value will be this, that is 15% and 85%. So this value is 3 by 20 and this value is 17 by 20. These values, if you remember, your calculation will become little easier. Okay, it will not be you'll not be having any issue in the calculations. Okay, I hope it is clear, right? Okay, so I'm closing the class now. Okay, I'm just winding up the class now. Maybe in the next class we'll be seeing percentage to fraction, how you can convert from percentage to fraction. Now you're talking about, okay, anything it is, percentage to fraction, fraction to percentage. If it is given fraction to percentage, you should be able to do it. If it is percentage to fraction also, you should be able to do it. Okay, so I'm just winding up the class now, so we'll be meeting in the next class. Thank you so much.